Hello everyone, this is Kimmy Wyatt and welcome to this video. Today, sensitive topic, gang stalking. That's not the sensitive part. The sensitive part is what I'm about to say about gang stalking and white women in the medical field, professional medical field, anything, any type, like psychiatrists or, things like that, doctors or whatever, and you have to answer questions. You'll see what I'm talking about. But before I get started, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and be sure to click that notification bell so that you will be one of the first to get notifications of new vids I post up. Also scroll down where the text is posted for the video. You will find some terms, TERMS. I ask that you look those terms up via a video format platform, and right now that's YouTube. Also, ordering information for my skin and hair care line. Please scroll down where the text is posted for the video as well, and you will find a product listing. That's not all of the products, but it will get you started. And also, as a side note, please do not send any type of funding via electronic sources. There's a lot of electronic sources. In other words, do not use your credit card or debit card. Please send a money order only. And the reason for that is because I am a victim of gang stalking, one of those terms. And I want to protect your information, the privacy of your information, because my information and accounts continue to get hacked into on and off. But, some of that is ceasing. But also, I am in downtown Dallas. So before I get started, let me go to the right. Show you guys some downtown. I don't know why this camera does this when I put my camera tilted up. Can somebody post a comment as to why my camera will it'll just get dark or whatever for some reason. Okay, so here we go. White women, for some reason, and it's valid. Over the years, for centuries, white women have gotten the title. And I'm speaking normally in the U.S. because if you go anywhere else, this is not true. But only in the U.S. white women are supposedly the coup de grace of women. They are the desired women, supposedly in the U.S. It's supposed to be on the planet, but that has changed years ago, many moons ago, where no, it's just in the U.S. because as a Black African woman, I can go, or another Black woman can go to anywhere in the United Kingdom, for instance, and Black women are looked at as queens, not just as queens, but just as beautiful. And that's even changing in the U.S. And this is the purpose for this video and how it relates to gang stalking. So let me tell you my story, and I'm sure some Black African women have gone through this, whether it's pertaining to gang stalking, or just in general. Okay. So, as some of you know, I used to live in a shelter, and this shelter had a psychiatrist. One of the requirements is that you go see the psychiatrist, which makes sense. You're in a shelter, depression, you're probably feeling a little this and that, so it made sense. This shelter, right before I got out of the shelter, moving into my place, had become a shelter for the mental, and rightfully so, because they had, like I said, they had a psychiatrist there, doctors there for that reason, blah, 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 blah. But I want to say something on that before I continue. You guys, please know that when someone goes to a shelter, everyone in the shelter is not mental. As a matter of fact, a vast majority of the people in a shelter is not mental. Get over yourself. People just need a roof over their head. Ding! Okay, that's it. And I thought, yeah, I did finish my panoramic. They just need a roof over their head. And some people will take things and run with it. And here I go. So after I got out of the shelter, I needed a form filled out for something, medical form filled out. I could not tell you for the life of me the reason for needing that form filled out. but it had to have been personal. I needed to do something. And I want to say it may have been with, no, I was going to say, no, it wasn't that. So moving right along, so it was suggested to me to go to my most recent doctor, which would have been the doctor at the shelter, and get the form filled out. Okay, so no problem. Took the form there. My normal doctor, or the doctor I was seeing, which is a psychiatrist, you're in there like 20 minutes or less. He asks you questions. How you doing? How you doing? I was never deemed a mental patient. As a matter of fact, when I came to the shelter and they did the interview, the guy that did the interview said, he was asking me questions as well. I was like, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong. He said, look, when you go back there, because they did have a hospital building, which was a division of a major hospital, like a branch. And he said, when you go back there, go over there, you tell them everything is wrong with you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I didn't understand why he wanted me to do that. So even the lady, the doctor there, in the hospital branch of a major hospital in Dallas, Texas, she was like shocked that I was like, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm like, I lost my mom's house because of my brothers. I was living in the house at the time. I always wear my big girl panties. I don't understand. I don't wear those at all. Moving right along. Okay. So TMI. So yeah. But then she's even looking at me like, yeah, you mean to tell me there's nothing wrong with you? So, but okay, got over that. I'm like, okay, what's this is all new to me. This shelter. I've never been in this shelter before. Why is this such a big issue? But I guess some of the staff knew they were migrating over to becoming a mental shelter, blah, blah, blah. Moving right along. So I went back to this shelter. Now, that was a hospital division I just spoke on. This was the actual psychiatrist division of the shelter. And, if you need meds or anything like that, and you can get meds from the branch of the hospital as well. But if you need meds, so I didn't need any meds, but what I did request, because of someone that I knew that we were getting these, was some of the Benadryl. And Benadryl has never helped me in any other sense but to go to sleep if I want to go to sleep, just like the melatonin, really no different. But it's really never helped me with anything. Not that I take it every day, but I'm just saying it's supposed to help with sinuses or something. I don't know, but it puts me to sleep. So I did, because I knew someone else that were getting them. I was like, okay, that'd be great. Just to get a good nice rest every blue moon. And so he administered those to me, and that was it. The other ones that were administered to me, never took them, but it was a requirement that you had this medicine or something. I don't know. So, but I never took any of those. As a matter of fact, someone said, don't take those, because if you take those, you're going to be out. And I'm like, I'm not taking them anyway. But sadly, I have to admit you get these pills, you put them down a toilet. This is my story. I can't speak for anyone else. Trizodone or somebody's dome. And so only thing I ever took in the shelter was Benadryl. Okay. So here we go. So I go back, and the doctor that I normally saw was not there. I got there, like I was the last person that they saw. As a matter of fact, when I came out, the staff at the front were already gone home, but it's not that part. It's when I actually talked to this doctor, for which I had never seen before, Dr. Hall. Dr. Hall, and I'm going to tie all this together. White woman was, she was cool. When I came in, and she said, how can I help you? And I said, well, I have this form that I need filled out, blah, 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 for whatever reason. Like I said, it'll come to me probably after I stop this video. She knew I needed the form filled out, so she started asking me questions. I knew at this time that I was being spied on in my apartment. Okay, there you go. I was fully aware of it. I didn't know as much details as I know today, but I was aware. I had some information, some proof, whatever was going on. And I needed this form filled out, but I was talking to her about my situation. She was okay. And this form, obviously, from my recollection, had correlated to my being spied on. It tied together with me being spied on. So I had to tell her what was going on. And hunties, let me tell you what she did. She was okay with what I was saying. She was okay. I had to somebody. Okay, never mind. She was okay with what I was saying. But I guess I didn't sound like Shaniqua. And I noticed her body language. I'm a body language person as well, you guys. Not all the time. And her body language spoke volumes as I continued to talk and let her know what was going on. And but in her defense, you have a lot of people coming in, and they are really mental, or if not mental, loud, maybe. I don't know. White person's point of view. That's not what I do. And so after we got through talking, she said she would not fill out the form until I telling her about my gang stalking. Didn't even know of the word gang stalking. She would not fill the form out. She refused to fill the form out because she thought I was, to sum her personality up, she thought I was losing it. And I said, well, why can't you fill it out? And I really, really needed this form for something, you guys. This is what I was critical almost. I was so pissed that this woman did not fill that form out. So she called her boss in, tall guy, Lurch, called him in. He opens the door. I didn't know she was doing that, but he opens the door. I did not get belligerent or anything. This is she was a Karen. Okay. And if you don't know what a Karen is, a Karen, look it up, or is a name that's been put out in the universe to describe white women that go overboard in situations such as calling the cops on black people for no reason. There you go. Because of their perception of whatever. So she was a Karen. And I was like, Karen? Are you serious? Really? But no, I never got belligerent. I just didn't understand why she would not fill its form out. So obviously she was typing, and obviously she emailed her boss. Her boss came in, and we were the only people there, actually. I found out when I left out, like I said. So he came in, and he said, so you're refusing to take this medicine? I said, I am not crazy, and I am not going to take some medicine when I'm just trying to get a form filled out. I said, first of all, she's not my normal doctor anyway. Now, here's the deal. The doctor that I used to go to, he knew my situation. He knew that there was nothing wrong with me. My evaluation, come on, he knew. We talking to him, we had like a one-on-one, very intellectual conversation whenever I would go to see him. Okay. And this was, like once a month or something, whatever. And yeah, and it's part of the program. You had to go see, this doctor. And so when I would go in there, we're like souping it up and talking about stuff and all that. And he, although concerned about my situation, getting housing and getting somewhere to live, that's all it was about. It was never, no offense to anyone mental, I see 5 or 6 shadows following me every day. And man, I'm telling you, one of those shadows, man, it was, and I'm making light of the situation. I really am, because, honestly, even being riding the public transit, you guys, it's real. Okay, mental disorders are real, and I am making light of the situation in order to fulfill this video only, not to literally make fun of someone who has a mental problem. So please separate that. Okay. So here's the deal. They would not fill out the form, and they wanted to prescribe something to me. I said, no, I want to talk to my regular doctor. So I talked to my regular doctor, who is under this other doctor. Hint, he flipped the script. Like, I don't want to lose my job kind of shit. Excuse me. I don't want to lose my job. Like we had never talked about my mom's home, and, and he said, are you a little depressed about that? I said, no, not really. I said, he said, are you sure? And that's when I said, well, I'm mad at my brothers, and what I'm saying, just keeping it real. I find you can't keep it real with people. People are so used to facades and fakes and people lying that when you keep it real, like a person such as myself, people are like, she's lying, No. So Fast forward, I get a knock on my door. However that ended up, I said, you never told me anything about this. And not that he was looking on the screen and seeing something. I'm telling him about my gang stalking. And he's like, he's looking at the screen at the notes. But, I forgot, critical. This particular Karen, Dr. Hall, and I'm going to throw her under the bus. Dr. Hall flipped the script only because I was not a Shaniqua. And when this doctor came in, Lurch, which I don't know his name. He was so tall, about 6'7", so I'm going to call him Lurch. When Dr. Lurch came in, and that's Lurch from the Addams Family, by the way. When Dr. Lurch came into the office, opening the door, she told 3 freaking lies on me. One of which was, I was just here talking to, my name. And she was saying that she's depressed because blah, blah, blah. I said, excuse me? I didn't tell you anything like that. And she told 3 lies. And I'm looking at this woman like, you know how a dog looks at someone when they're confused? I'm looking at this woman like, itch? I mean, really? I mean, literally just rolled off her freaking tongue like water. I said, I did not tell you that. Now, you're in a psychiatrist's office or she's a psych doctor or whatever. You tell them you didn't say something and there's 2 of them in there. You said it. You know what I'm saying? I am the patient. They're both the employee. Who's lying? That kind of stuff. So I got up. I was pissed. I was at this point. I was mad. So fast forward. So I got a knock on my door, you guys, just yesterday, as a matter of fact. And it was a police department. Ooh. And the police department, it was a division of the police department. Brought me to tears because I did not recall this action of getting in touch with them on this particular action. Of getting in touch with this division of the police department. And so when I answered the door, I was asleep. Got up, answered the door, and I'm like, "Is the police department? Or are you available?" I'm like, "Yeah, can we come in?" But you guys, I was so embarrassed because of how I have to sleep. I really am going to, even though I have videos in the Blue Cup in the Attic playlist, which is about my gang stalking, of how I have to sleep. You guys, you know how you guys just spread your toes out and just get so snug in your bed? Oh my God, I can't wait till that happens again. And you turn to the side and you pull the covers over you and go to sleep on the real nice fluffy down pillow. Your girl can't do that. You guys, it takes me, and I was crying talking to the police department. I've never let them see me cry, but they saw me cry yesterday. Cameras in my place. I refused up until that point to let them see me cry, going on 5 years. I'm not going to let you win like that. But they saw me. I was boohooing in this because of the situation. You guys, you don't even have a clue of how I have to use the restroom. You don't have a clue of how I'm in my kitchen and I hear their conversations above my head. You know, if I'm messing with my hair, I'm messing with my hair and you can hear, oh, she's going to, just anything. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't have a clue. You don't have a clue of how I have to sleep. You have no freaking clue. So it takes me, while you're getting snug and it takes you like 15 seconds to get in position, it takes your girl right here up to 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. I've even done 5 hours just to lay down because I have to put this here and put that here. Here's the deal. When I leave, I have to put everything back because if I don't put it back, it will be dismantled or moved to where they could get a better view when I get back and go to sleep again. So one of the ways to eliminate that is to just start over. You didn't even know that I have slept even at when this first started. I had a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I slept in every closet in that apartment. I slept in the living room, the dining room, the bedrooms. I slept in the bathroom. Shit I should not have to do. From there, next apartment, I slept in the kitchen. I slept couldn't get in the closet, in that closet. I slept in my closet. My this was a 1-bedroom. I slept in my closet. I slept in the living room. smaller apartment, so it really didn't have like a. It was just a big area, so if you wanted to make it a dining area, you could, I slept in every crack and crevice. Where I am now, I haven't slept in the bathroom, but I haven't slept in the kitchen. But I've slept in the storage closet. I slept in the storage closet outside in my last apartment. Forgot to mention that. I've slept in the kitchen, as mentioned, living room. Well, no. The apartment I'm in now, current, no kitchen, squash that. But the storage, the bedroom, the living room, the dining room. This lady, 3 people came, and to fast forward this, and one police officer, when I would say certain things, he would step back because he did not want me to see him being sensitive. I'm assuming he did that twice, and I saw him something they're not supposed to do. But my conversation with there was a lady there, and she was like, I forgot what she said her position was, if she even mentioned it. This particular lady, she wasn't a Karen at first. She was very concerned. I even gave her this channel, so I hope she doesn't think I'm trying to throw her under the bus. But I have to say what I have to say, and I'm going to give myself another 5 minutes. She was okay until I'm telling her my story, and until that police officer, if he gets a chance to look at this channel, when we walked outside, there was a car outside with the lights on a truck. And I said, see, let me show you something. Because as I told you guys many times, they will get in their vehicles, come to the victim's location, and literally, watch the victim while they're in their vehicles, whether they live on the premises or not. And so when I see this truck, I open my door to let them out. There's this truck outside with the lights on. I said, see, he said, oh, that's my truck. I said, that truck right there with the lights on. So as an end note, I probably seem really crazy to him now, because I was trying to tell him, and I didn't explain to him what I was about to tell him once he told me that was his truck. That's where I should have done, but I didn't. So he's probably thinking, No, but the lady that was there, let me tell you, white lady, and I don't remember her name, and I wouldn't give it here anyway for her protection and secrecy. But I was telling, and telling bits and pieces like I'm doing now. It's very 5 years. I got a lot to say, and sometimes I will stop what I'm saying and remember something else and start talking about that and go back to what I was saying about the other thing. And so 5, 6 of the things I was trying to tell them, they really never got the ending story, because of course they had to go as well. But this is what she did, body language and tone with her. She was okay with everything I was saying until I told her when this started, I was walking around in the nude. I was walking around in the nude. I'm in my place. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my place. I'm walking around in the nude. I'm cooking in the nude. And you don't know how many men ask me if I'm single when I would tell them that I was cooking. I was cooking in the nude. You guys don't have a clue. Anyway, I was cooking in the nude, man. This is what people do when they're in their place, amongst other things. I mean, they never saw me have sex, and they never have. Okay. It's not like I go out there just having sex with any and everybody. And so they never saw that. But personal moments, I'm walking around in the nude. I'm, putting on my clothes. I'm doing my hair. And this video is out there, you guys. If you see a video of a black woman with some very voluptuous, sexy breasts, and she's doing her hair, and her hair is natural, and she's in the mirror for fucking 3 minutes, 3 hours. I'm a 4C, the thickest and coarsest hair supposedly on the planet. That's probably me. Let me know. Because one of the idiots that live in my building, I've even heard him making other comments, but I remember this one very clearly. I have to admit, man, no, she got some nice breasts, man. I mean, she has some real nice breasts. And here's another one. Yeah, she looks good for her age. I mean, she kept herself up, blah, 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 spying on me in my apartment, and he has the video, and he's in cahoots with my gang stalkers. He's a perp. Okay, he's a perp. As a matter of fact, just the other morning, just to say this, one of my neighbors, I've never seen you standing right here. I was in my living room sleep right there, but not by the front door, but the front door's there. And some of the stuff that I pile on my vagina just to cover my vagina up, and which is inclusive of aluminum, it had slid over. And an aluminum pan, you guys, the roasting pan where you put a roast in. You guys, I'm telling you, I have to do some shit. And the aluminum is the only thing that repels the high-tech cameras, okay? Aluminum and glass. Not on the glass part, I don't know. Okay, look it up. But aluminum definitely, especially in milliliters of thicker, the thicker the better. Okay. Millimeters. Yeah. Whatever. One of the millis. The thicker the better. So, and all of a sudden she busted him. My neighbor, what are you doing standing right there? And I said it before I knew it. And then his homeboy said, I said it before I knew it. Let me finish my sentence. I said, watching me in my fucking apartment, excuse my language, and he starts talking, and his friend she goes in and comes back outside, and his friend is with him, and his friend says, you have never asked that question. You guys, okay, pay attention. Pay very much attention to what's going on, you guys. Okay, but this lady, when I started getting into the story and part of my journey about me walking around in the nude, this is when she was okay. In other words, with I was saying, until I told her I was walking around in the nude in my apartment, and that's when, this is probably the same thing the Karen did. I'm not going to call this lady a Karen, but I want to say this, and her voice got really stern, and in other words, for both of them, seems to me, my perception, Black women are not desired. So why would they care about you having your clothes off? Are you serious? Okay, I'm going to get in white women's face right now. No prejudice. And my record shows I talk about everything and anything, race, gender, it doesn't matter. I'm going to shoot you down with verbal knowledge, verbiage, depending on what I'm talking about. So Black, white, Chinese, Spanish, Haitian, gender, female, male, it doesn't matter. Okay, if that's what I want to talk about, that's what I want to talk about. So here we go to white women. White women, I'm not saying your days are over, but it's over. All women are beautiful in the eyes of all men to some degree. Truth be told, unbeknownst to you, for those of you who don't want to admit it and who have not recognized it, Black African women, in lieu of what I said at the beginning, and I had to save this for the end, are now considered the most beautiful women on the planet. We always were. It was just hush hush. Another thing I want to say, most of the men that you're with desire Black women, but they will never admit it to you, because that's not something that they're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, my camera started. I had to look around. When your camera starts doing shiggity, you look around and see who's in the area. Yeah, we are. And if I were white, I would say the same thing. And I have heard white men and white women saying the same thing. Believe it or not, people are coming around like this is the truth. Speak the truth. If you go to the United Kingdom, and I'm talking about the Black female gender, Black African women, Ethiopian, dark skin. I can go, and I'm light skinned, but not the lightest. But if I were dark as like the bottom of not my shoes right now, like dark black, I can go to the United Kingdom, and I keep mentioning the United Kingdom, any place where, there are Black people, but, I can go to Canada. I can go anywhere. And Canada has a lot of, I'm talking a place where Black women are there, but not there in massive, in droves or whatever. And I swear people would want to touch my face. Can I touch your face? Whether you speak the language or not, or vice versa, they speak your language. We are absolutely beautiful women. And so are you. Please stop judging, because I'm going to tell you something that you probably didn't know. And I've said this, I think, once in one of my videos. When I realized about the dark web, or that they were doing live feed of women, I started looking for myself on porn sites because I was like, oh, if I find out that you have my videos or whatever on porn sites, ooh-wee. So I started looking for myself on porn. I'm going to go around and there's some people walking in front of the camera. I started looking for myself, you guys, on porn sites. Okay. Didn't know about the dark web, which is where the feed is supposedly for us women or us victims, because there are male victims as well. I didn't see anything. Gonna do it again, but later. It's on the back burner. But when I started looking for myself, guess what porn I saw the most? I mean, every freaking category you can click. It was white men with black freaking women. I mean, it was just all over every freaking site that I went to. Different multiple categories, not just like interracial. Oh no, it just depended on what you were looking for. Truth be told, the lips, the hips, the boobs, we got it. There are some white women that have it. I have a play daughter. If she turned her back to you and she started walking, she didn't have to start walking, but I'm telling you, she's white. You would swear up and down. My play daughter that's a black chick until she turned around and you'd be like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. So I'm not downing anyone. Your body is genetic. Your body, whatever body your mama gave you, your daddy gave you, your grandmother, that's the body that you have. But I mean, body. Hey, Megan the Stallion. So I gotta go, you guys. Stop judging people, ladies, Caucasian ladies. You are not it all the time, and that's just what it is. These men are out here. I just got approached by a white man yesterday. I'm telling, just as an let me see, 3 of them. One of them kept waving at me. One of them winked at me, and this one actually said something to me before I go. And he was like, I temporarily had put a whole bunch of different colors in my hair, but my hair is 4C thick, and the hair I chose was straight. And I'm like, now let me take it out. But I did come out with it. You know, I came out and went around with it. And this guy came up to me with a lie talking about he was looking for this and that. And I can tell in his eyes he was lying. I'm like, okay, come on with it. But I answered his question. I said, well, you know, you really have to, it depends on where you're going. And when I started talking, that just really did it for him. Like, oh my God. So, and then he finally said it. He said, you know what? I'm lying to you. He said, I think you're so beautiful. I said, well, thank you. I mean, I really appreciate it, with my dorky self, you know. And he said, well, you know, do you have time to talk, or can I get your phone number? I said, no, let me get your phone number. Oh, no. Can't get my phone number because someone might answer it. I said, oh, so you're taken. You have a wife. He said, oh, something like that. I said, I'm sorry, sir. I don't talk to men with wives. Girlfriends. At least I didn't think so, or don't know. Moving right along. And that's another thing before I go, y'all stop getting people involved in your mess. And let a woman make a decision whether she wants to sleep with you or not. I have found, then I'm going to talk about this in my romance and relationships, and I'm going to go in. Y'all stop messing with people and you already have someone in your life, but you're not telling the person that you're trying to talk to that you already have someone in your life. Really? That is one of the most, so what you're doing is making a decision for me to get with your ass and maybe I don't want to. Once I find out that you're with someone. And there's women out there who would just love to get with you when you're with someone. This one's not one of them. Sorry. Gotta go. Hasta la vista. Buenos Aires, buenas noches, arrivederci, au revoir, salida. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Ciao Bella, ciao Bello, smooches. Gotta go. Toodaloo. Bye. And I came up with another one. Okay. Well, gotta go over that in another video. All right. Bye. Oh, post your comments and questions, and I will address those as need be. And please, white women, I am not trying to down you. It's just that we're beautiful too. Every woman is beautiful in her own right, and the times have changed. Get over yourself, most of you who are thinking this way. Bye.